Hey up my ducks, Chelsea here today at Studio Simley, and today we're actually in Del Sol Valley. We're on the Vacious Green lot, which is the big 50 by 40, which to me seems a bit out of place. It's a huge lot, which suggests mansion, but it's in a starter homey area. Like, looking around at the lots that are near it, it's not where you'd build a mansion. So what I've actually done is I've built 3 townhouses. They're all identical, pretty much, on the outside, although the middle one is slightly bigger than the 2 outside ones. That has more space upstairs. And I'm going to try and put 3 families in it. I haven't actually found a way yet to get around the only allowing 8 Sims on a lot issue, which is a bit of a shame because these properties actually ended up coming out. I think there's 2 4-bedrooms and a 3-bedroom, but realistically I'm not going to be able to have that many Sims living on this lot, which is a shame. I cut out the roof in there because I actually end up changing the roofing. I figured you don't need to see me roof it twice. As you can see, they've all got a little balcony on the front, and then they've all got an enclosed garden on the back as well. There's a little parking area and like a communal picnic area, I guess, on the side, although I don't film me doing the landscaping because landscaping takes me forever. I'm terrible at it, and I would have to cut out so much footage. It is ridiculous. So I don't tend to film my landscaping, but I did take screenshots of the things that I did off camera, which you will see at the end. As you can see, I'm still sort of trying to make this roof look right. It doesn't look right, it won't look right, I've done it wrong, but I do go back in and fix it in a little while. But yeah, I just thought with this lot being so big, it could easily be 2 or 3 properties, and honestly, even being 3, they are huge. But I thought if I make any more than that, I'm just not going to be able to make the Sims to go in it, because I can only have 8 living on any one lot. I'm sure there was a way of changing it, but I've been having a look in the settings today and couldn't find anything, because I actually wanted to do it for my RuPaul's Drag Race Eliminated Queen series, because I've just done the last of those. There ends up being 9 queens that were eliminated on the run up to the final, but obviously I can only have 8 in a household, which is a bit of a shame. But I can't find the setting. If anybody knows where it is it maybe an MC Command Centre? Is that a thing? I can't find it. If you know where it is, please let me know. But yeah, the building of these townhouses is actually going to be in sections. So today will just be the exterior, and then I'll do a separate video for the interiors of each of the townhouses. Because of them being so big, this would be one phenomenally long video if I did it all in one go. And I didn't think anybody would want to watch that, so I'm going to do it in like 4 parts. Obviously the middle townhouse doesn't have any windows on either side because it's got connecting walls, but it is bigger upstairs and it does have windows on the back and the front. But both of the side townhouses have side windows as well. They're trying to get the placement right. I have done the floor planning off camera as well, but I did that after I'd finished all the landscaping and stuff. So at this point it's not done, although the houses are separated. That's all that's done at this point. Yeah, I've never really built anything like this before. I've seen a few people doing it lately. Devon Bumpkin, I don't know if you watch him on YouTube. His name's Aidan. He's very camp, very lovely. I could listen to him talk about absolutely anything, but he's currently doing an apartment block and families to go in it. And I thought townhouses would work for here. And it's such a cool idea having multiple families living on the same lot. It's a bit of a pain. You have to sort of lock the door for specific Sims to make it function-ish. It's not the most practical, but what else were you going to do with a lot this size? So, let me know what you've done with this lot in your save, because I just couldn't find a way of feasibly putting a starter home on there without it looking just bizarre. And anything too big just also looks out of place. Although this does look a bit out of place on the actual world view map. It looks huge, but I'm not sure there's anything I can do about that. Like, the lot is huge. Anything that fills the lot is going to look big from the map. I did sort of try and make it fit in with the other buildings in the surrounding area as well, particularly the one to the left. I tried to like match the siding and the doors and stuff. Use the same roof colour. Just really trying to take note of what's on the surroundings. But I do add some like exposed brick elements to these to make them a little bit more interesting, and some columns in where to like separate the buildings and stuff. I do a bit more to make it look properly separate, so they all get their own little front gardens which are all separated. I do end up moving it right across to the far left of the lot as well, leaving just one tile up the side of it, which gives me lots of space up the side for like a little carport area and a little communal garden bit. I would say I'm really pleased with how this came out. It's not something that I've really done before. Like this multiple properties on one lot thing. Moving on to the back of the property now. Adding a back door to each, and then the fences to divide each separate space. So obviously the gardens would be private and specific to their own townhouse. I just put gates in at the back so there is a way out of each of the gardens. I went for putting them all on the back as well. I figured there was options with the side ones, but if I put them all on the back it made it the far side more usable, I thought. In with the foundations now, just sort of finishing touches to make it look a bit more done. This did take forever to come together. I think all in it took me a couple of hours, and for just the exterior on something that is slightly ridiculous. As you can see now, I'm just putting these hedges in to sort of mark the boundaries. This property does end up really expensive, and I think it is solely down to my use of hedges, because these starter hedges are really expensive. I don't know why they're called starter hedges, because if you're in a starter home you can't afford them. They are so expensive, they're like 700 and something simoleons I think per tile of hedge. So if you've done like what I've done here, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But yeah, I've just used the hedges to like separate out each of the front gardens. They're not big front gardens, but they're big enough, and the hedges provide some distinction between the three separate properties. I am going to build the Sims to go in this. I figured that in one of the houses I would have an elderly couple. I imagine they've lived there a long time. Their kids grew up in this house. But, you know, all the bedrooms are empty now. Everybody's moved out and they live there on their own. And then I wanted a couple of families in the other two. I'm not really sure how to distribute it. Obviously it gives me 6 Sims left. I don't know whether to put 3 in each, I guess. I do wish I could have more. I really do, but just because of the size of the properties, I think, like, you know, the 3 and 4 bedrooms, I could possibly get them down to all being 3 bedrooms. But I think if I go down to 2 bedrooms, the bedrooms are going to be ridiculously big. And it's just going to look strange. Like, it's already a lot of space, really. More space than you need in each of these houses. I do lay them all out slightly differently. I will show you that in the start of the next part, so make sure to stay tuned to see what I ended up doing with the floor plans to meet the characters that are going to live here. I just thought this was a nice way to start renovating Del Sol Valley. I'm a bit stuck with Oasis Springs at the moment, and I really like Del Sol Valley as a world. I don't use it very often. I think that's because the builds are bad, so I thought maybe if I fixed it, I could spend more time here because it is a really cool world. Yeah, there's not much of this video left now. As I say, there is screenshots, including bits that I didn't film, like the carport and the communal garden and stuff. So please stay tuned for the screenshots. Yeah, there's really not much left that I've got to do now. So I hope you enjoyed that little first part. Please subscribe so that you don't miss part 2. That will be coming next week. If you like that video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's